Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 18. I'm your host. I'm comedian Tracey Carnazzo. I'm joined by my co-host Noelle Winters.
Hi, hello.
Noelle has been my very best friend, my partner in comedy, in life, in love, in friendship, my whole life.
We are all the way partners.
We are one.
Like I was at my in-laws the other day and I was texting you and I was telling my mother like I had to run something by you. She's like, you really do go to her for everything, huh? I'm like, you don't even know the half of it, Mars.
We
You really don't.
We are partners. That's why.
Yeah, we're joined.
You know how they say like two souls, one, or two hearts, one soul, or something.
Yeah.
We are two bodies, one brain.
Yes. Yes.
We really are. And we share
like,
the
we
same
get
brain.
belly aches on the same day.
We get pimples on the same area of our neck.
Tracey, that was so weird.
I'm just saying. So if you guys, some of you are new listeners and we're so happy to have you. I just wanted to explain like who we are, what we stand for, as you know, or maybe you don't know, I'm a stand-up comedian here in New York City.
Mm-hmm. That's what she stands for.
That's what I stand for. Just, if you're new here, we love you. Thank you so much for coming. You probably found us because of last week's absolutely insane episode.
Last week was a circus.
I don't want to say that you and I are both half Barbara Walters.
Okay.
But we are.
Barbara, I'd say you're Barbara Walters with the pressing questions.
Right.
And I'm like, I think like Spliff Star, more the hype man.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It was just, we did a lot.
Tracey, I didn't know what to say. When I tell you, I was so caught off guard listening to just all of the stuff happening.
There was so much.
Week.
So I do want to say something. I did speak to Diamond, aka EBT Baby, aka what's her
lady.
Right, aka I'm not gonna say the gravy part, but
smoking cigarettes.
Smoking cigarettes. Okay, so that's her name on Instagram. I did speak to her. She did listen to what White Plastic had to say, and she was like, "He's full of it." She's like, "I never hooked up with Vonni. He's full of it," but she chooses just to leave it alone, let it die a natural death.
That's kind of how you know it's like real though.
Yes, because you're not fighting back about it. So I was just throwing that out there. Objective points of view.
Okay.
Throwing it out there.
Good to know.
We're here to talk about season 8, episode 50 of Catfish. This is Vonni and Andrew.
It's so funny. I wrote Cleo and Biggie.
This is Cleo and Biggie. Now, if you guys want more of us, which, I think you got a little bit of our excerpt of our life in this intro.
Yes.
Go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast with over 200 bonus episodes. You'll see everything that you ever wanted to know about us. It's going to be a fun, wild ride.
We have talked about everything.
Everything. I don't think I have anything else to talk about, but you'd be surprised. Make sure you're joining our Facebook group if you want to talk about us, if you want to talk about the podcast, if you want to talk about Catfish. It's called Catfish Trash Talk on Facebook. Just do it.
Do the stuff.
All right. Now let's get into it. Cleo is in the office.
Very cute kid.
Well, here's the thing.
You don't like his family.
No, it's not that. It's that they pushed his wife on us so hardcore last season.
Yeah.
Or actually in the beginning of this season, because this is a 50 episode season.
Yes.
That it was like, stop.
It's a put off to everyone.
It was a put off. And now it's like, now I have to hate your kids.
Well, here's the thing. I don't hate his kids. I hate what they're trying to make happen.
Okay. But that's why I get annoyed, because it's like, okay, so you tried to put your wife on us. Then you tried to put the pregnancy announcement. And it's like, no. You can have Neve, start a podcast if you want.
Well, they're trying to make more like him and Cammy,
like a storyline.
Right. And the thing is, like, it was so natural with him and Max. And not that I think it's not natural with Cammy, but they never pushed such a hard relationship.
No, because here's the thing with him and Max, they didn't talk about their personal lives together.
Right. Hardly. Right.
Because they were two guys.
The most personal they get is their t-shirts on the old episodes. Really.
I just remember watching Catfish. I was actually going to write a sketch 10 years ago was it 10 years ago? When did Catfish come out?
A long time ago. I think, what is this, season 9?
This is season 8, but
season 8. Yeah, but season 8, 1 million episodes.
Right. Whenever Catfish first came out, me and my friend Nick were going to write this sketch about Catfish. And the thing that we were going to focus on was that Neve and Max were constantly going back to their hotel rooms to change. To go to another location. They were like, all right, we'll meet you back here in 10 minutes or whatever. And we were just going to have a montage of them changing and then meeting in the hotel lobby and then saying that they were going to go change again. And then going to change again and then meeting. So that's what we were going to do. But we didn't do it. So here we are.
Don't cry over spilt milk, Tracey.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The milk is spilled.
Tracey, also, there's a storm happening outside.
There is a storm happening outside. We're recording this Wednesday, September 1st. And if you are listening to this right now, it's because you're an elite member. So thank you so much for listening. And thank you for being an elite member. And what that means is that you're listening to the podcast probably a week early.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Just throwing that out there. All right. So Cleo's in the office and
Cleo and Biggie. I know.
I mean, like,
I know.
So now Cleo's in the office, but they're going to try to make her part of this. Like this is appropriate.
They're just being silly.
All right. Well, we meet Camara, right? Is that her name?
Camara.
They're her best friend of 4 years ago.
Right.
They met 4 years ago, Vonni. They work together in Richmond, Virginia. I want to know where they work. I hope they work at Whole Foods. I
mean, that would be wonderful if they did. I love Whole Foods.
I just pretend.
Was that the best one we went to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best.
That's
best
why
roast beef still.
That's why I'm trying to pretend that that's where they were. So Vonni met Andrew online. Andrew will not FaceTime him. Andrew wants him to move to Michigan with him. And we find out that Vonni has been sending Andrew money. So now Cleo, they're like, Cleo, what do you think about this? And Cleo, girl after my own heart, said, get the money back.
I mean, I think that you were born with a tattoo and that's what it is on you, Tracey.
Yeah.
That is your mantra. When you are having anxiety, that's just your chant. Get the money back. Get the money back. Get the money back. That's you.
I always tell you to get the money back.
Yeah, it's true.
They should have had Cleo on last week because they were really trying to involve her in this story. They should have had Cleo on last week to talk to EBT Baby and White Plastic.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, if you want to get your kid involved, get your kid all the way involved and let her be an adult.
And have her on like a fun episode where a lot's happening.
Exactly. Have her on an episode that's super inappropriate.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, God. So now Camara's on Zoom.
I used to have a friend named Camara.
Oh, yeah, you did. Spelled differently.
Spelled differently. You were friends with her too.
I was. Mm-hmm. I wonder if she's even alive anymore.
I think she is. I think she like moved to like Haiti or something.
Camara, if you're listening to this from Haiti,
we love you.
Or if you're listening to this from Hades.
Or if you're listening to this from Ozone Park, Queens, we love you.
Either way, thank you for being our friend very many years ago.
Yes, and thank you for lending this girl your name. Spelled different.
Spelled differently, though. Vonni joins the Zoom. Are we supposed to pretend that he's sitting there in an Airbnb and then he's shocked to join the Zoom?
Yes.
Like, I don't understand. Like, you need to make it a little bit more like
lived in.
It's not that. It's like, you know, maybe like, hey, I'll be home in like 10 minutes. Can I join then?
Right. And then
like he's just like,
put
okay,
a framed picture in back of you of yourself or something.
Be in the car.
Yeah. Agreed.
You know what I mean? Make it look like he was on the run.
Right.
But he's not. He's set up in an Airbnb and then pretend surprised when he joins the Zoom himself.
Right. It's like, oh, okay. You're surprised at yourself.
Okay. So he gets this friend request from Andrew.
Right.
And Andrew comments on a picture, you're beautiful.
Ay. Uh-huh.
And the only pictures that Vonni has of Andrew are the same ones that are posted on his social media.
But right there, that's such a red flag.
That's it.
I mean, that's it. He's a catfish.
That's like that meme where the guy's like, the girl's like, well, if you're not, you know, like, show me where you are right now.
Right.
Like and then she's like, okay, take a spoon and put it on your head and take a picture to prove that it's you right now.
Right.
And then the guy sends her the picture of the spoon on his head. And the girl's like, you could have had that saved in your phone.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And he's like, I could have had a picture of me with a spoon on my head saved on my phone.
In case you asked.
So they talk all night on the phone every single night.
From the first night.
From the first night, Noelle.
Uh-huh.
This man, Andrew, is 26 and he has an exciting career. He is an
entrepreneur.
He's an unemployed bouncy house salesman. What? What a specific.
But they're getting at least a little better with fun. Last week, somebody was in the circus.
Oh my God.
You know?
See, we actually discovered that.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
And they really were in the circus.
That is true.
An unemployed bouncy house salesman.
Right.
You could
like,
only
I'm
go
an unemployed astronaut.
You
right.
could only go up from there.
So random.
So the first time Vonni sent money, he sent $25, then he sent $35, and then randomly he just sent $275 because he's in love.
I mean, that's very nice of him, but that's very
Who are
foolish
these
of
people?
him.
Who are these people that are just sending all the money? Well, he looks up the Cash App that is connected to his number and it's Keon.
Right.
So he's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to ignore that.
Yeah, but it's like, hello, wrong name. Hello.
His real name is Andrew Love.
Okay, I'm sure it is.
Lovejoy.
Just like your real name is Tracey Carnazzo.
Shut up. That is my real name. It's my government.
That's funny.
So they run this phone number and it goes back to Martin, who's 57.
And it's like, great.
So many times though, it's like, this is just an old phone number, or it's just like not a real phone number. Or it's
that person's parent sometimes, right. Or whatever. Right.
So they run these pics right away. They find out this is a man named Larson. They find his Instagram and he is very good looking. And Cammie's like, we should call him just in case. And like, we should chat with him just to show Vonni that it's not him.
I love. And then Neva's like, it's not hot girl summer. It's cold case winter, Cammie. Very funny.
So they look at Andrew's Facebook, which is a tonic.
Yeah, I think so.
And there's some fake girl Venus commenting on all of his pictures.
But
every
even her
post,
comments, come on. Right.
It looks like an airbrushed picture of an Asian woman.
And she's like, sorry, I didn't say good afternoon. It's like, what? Yeah, it's so weird. It's not even good fake.
So they contact her and they're like, oh, how do you know a tonic? And she's like, do you mean Larson?
And it's like, dun, dun, dun.
And they're like, when was the last time you saw him? And she's like, in Virginia before COVID.
Right.
Now, also, what was that video that they saw? Where did they see that video?
She sent that video, I guess, to like prove that she hung out with Larson, but it wasn't even her in the video.
Right. So basically she found a video of Larson and sent it. Okay. So Larson is on Instagram. They find him and he writes back, are you for real?
Yeah, but later on, we're not to skip ahead. He says this happens all the time.
Okay, so then what do you mean? Are you for real?
Right.
So they invite Larson to the Zoom. He's on break from work. Noelle, is he a Prince impersonator?
Everyone is on a break from work.
Noelle, is he impersonating Prince as his job?
He reminds me of Chico DeBarge. You're right. Like that's a very specific and very old. Anybody my age would know who this is?
Who's from that?
DeBarge. It was like the name of the crew. Chico DeBarge. There's like two of them. And one of them, his daughter was on Growing Up Hip Hop too.
Okay. He's a singer.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Very Jerry Curl-ish.
Yeah. He looks like Prince.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy looks like Prince as well. This guy is on a break from work. Is he at the button down shirt factory?
Yes, he is. Maybe he's at Men's Warehouse.
At the Noelle at Men's Warehouse with your unbuttoned down to your belly button.
Maybe he's at Men's Warehouse.
I think
Maybe
he's at a warehouse for
dance.
Sure. That's what they call it, Men's Warehouse.
Yeah, Men's Warehouse.
It's like the circus.
Exactly. It's like selling bubble houses, whatever they were called, bouncy houses.
So he always gets people using his pictures. So why did you say, are you for real?
That's what gets me. It's like, you fucked up. You're wrong.
So
You're
now they
wrong.
look into Venus, and on Venus's Facebook page, someone just tagged her 4 hours ago saying she's a scammer and asked for money.
And it's like, oh no, really? We didn't know that.
We didn't know this airbrushed fake picture of this woman.
Right.
And Vonnie's like, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Vonni wants it to be real. That's the thing.
But it's not.
But also, Vonni somewhere knows that. Everyone on this show knows that, except for the guy with Katy Perry. Everyone on the show knows that.
So they call Andrew and they tell him who they are, and he hangs up. So they text him.
But this happens all the time too.
Every time.
Boop, every time.
Boop.
Uh-huh.
And then Neve goes,
like he's surprised. No way. Nobody's ever done that to us before.
But Vonni says, I think I will still move with him.
It's like, wait, what?
With who?
He doesn't know. He just wants to be loved.
Okay. I love you, Vonni. Stop.
Yeah, I love you, Vonni. Stop doing this to yourself.
So they also reveal that they do say, I love you back and forth. Yes. Everyone on Catfish says, I love you back and forth. Yes. This is the formula. It's part of the formula.
Yes. It's part of the scam.
So he texts him. They're going to go into the Zoom. He says like, I really want to meet you.
And he's like, you still want to meet me, even though you've already spoken to Larson.
Right. And he's like,
how did they know? Oh yeah.
Because he said, I guess maybe they probably mentioned it.
Said it. Right.
Right. Now he appears. It is a man named Keandre.
Yes.
He's cute.
Okay. Right.
It's really cute.
I see him pull up and I was like, oh, but
I was like, I
need to catfish.
You didn't need to catfish him. Also, yeah, I mean, if I was Vonni, I'd move to Michigan with you.
Yeah.
You're cute. I mean, listen, minus your bike chain choker.
Tracy, the choker was a problem.
It was a problem, but also like, you're really cute.
I think I got that out of the quarter machine at the laundry mat, that choker last week.
Oh, Noelle. He has been catfishing for 2 years. So I'm going to say 7 years.
Oh, yeah. It's like, just like when guys say, like, when girls say how many people they've slept with to guys, they always say you're supposed to multiply it.
Yeah. It's when guys tell you how tall they are. You subtract 2 inches.
Yes. You have to minus because it's never right.
So he is also, he reveals, dun, 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 he's also Venus.
No way. Well, no way.
Be better. He said that.
Be better at your job.
So he's like, well, you didn't really like keep asking me for money. He's like, you have no money. That was a sick burn.
It was a sick burn.
Because basically what he was saying is like, listen, at the end of the day, like this is my job.
Yeah.
So I had to keep it moving.
But it's so crazy. It's like this is his job.
This is his job.
This is his job. Full time.
Yeah. Full-time job.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll make another profile. I do this 9 to 5.
He's not worried about Venus being called a scammer.
Yeah. And he's also not worried about being found out because he has so many profiles. Who are they tracing it to?
That's so crazy.
Vonnie's upset that he was scamming other people. Like,
but
Noelle.
Not him.
Noelle.
Yeah.
He's like, you were talking to other people? And he's like, yes, for money. He's like, did you love them? He's like, no, for money. He's like, you were scamming other people, not just me.
But you were talking to other people?
I thought it was just me that you were scamming.
That's what I don't understand.
Vonni, you're not getting this.
No,
So Keandre does live in Michigan. He's 26. He said he's been scamming hundreds of people.
And that he doesn't care.
He doesn't care because, quote, them are new.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means that they're stupid.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now they ask him, what do you do when people want to talk to Venus on the phone?
The voice.
Noelle.
The voice.
Noelle.
How do you think
it's a Mrs. Doubtfire voice? Hello.
Right.
This is Venus. I am a young Asian girl. From Virginia.
But that's what I mean. Who is he talking to that believes this? I don't understand.
Well, after all, he did fall in love with Vonni and he still wants to be with him.
Right.
And Vonnie's like, yeah, but you're a scammer. And this is what he said, quote, I do what I do. I don't see a problem with it. And he also said it's not wrong.
Right. Because he's like, well, you got to pay the bill somehow. So this is how I do it.
Right. It's kind of like, see, this is where I was like, oh, this is disgusting. And then I was like, I see some of me in him.
Yeah. You think?
It's like when I was 15 and I would tell people I was 25
and
I'd be like, well, who's the jerk?
Who believed it?
Who's the idiot? You
Right.
believed me. And it's like,
That's
but you
true.
lied. And it's like, but you believed me.
But you believed me. Right.
So I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
Keandre's choker is killing me more than it's killing him.
It's very bad. It's a very bad look.
And he said that he is a provider.
He's a hustler.
He's a hustler, baby. I just want you to
know.
He's in love with Vonni. And he said, this is how I provide.
Right. Basically, Vonni, you don't have to work.
You don't have to work. I'll take care of you, baby.
We'll hire a maid.
Me and Venus will take care of you.
We're going to take care of you. You don't have to work.
You and Venus,
again.
we're going to be a beautiful family.
Wow. We're going to get you another choker too.
We're going to get you a matching choker and then we're going to hook them together and someone's going to walk us.
Yep.
Side by side. Speaking of family, he reveals that he was also dating a girl and now she's 7 months pregnant.
I didn't see this coming.
I also did, but is this real? Is this true?
I don't know. It's like you can't tell. Is this just for shock value? Or maybe he didn't like Vonni.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
He wants full custody of the baby.
Full custody. F her. I want full custody.
This is insanity.
I want full custody. I just want to scam people for formula. What?
He's being so nasty. And he said that Vonni brought it on himself.
He's so mean.
He's so mean. He is a sociopath.
Yes. Because he has zero feelings. He doesn't care.
He's like, well, I'll send him his money back. And and then the manipulation. He goes, and by the way, if we don't speak again, happy birthday.
It's like, wait, what?
And then Vonni gets giddy.
But that's what I mean. I felt like Vonni loved him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He loved him anyway.
That's the crazy part.
Because you know what it was? He was on the phone with him all night long, every night. And when he heard his voice again, he fell in love again.
Yeah, that's true. I understand that though.
And also he wasn't ugly.
He wasn't ugly.
Okay.
And that's what made it hard.
So this is the funny part about catfish.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've spoken about this on this show, but we've definitely spoken about it offline, you and I. Every time the catfish ends up to be ugly or unattractive to the other person, they're like, no, I can never forgive you.
Yep.
You're a liar and I could never get past it. When the catfish is very attractive,
suddenly it's a new day.
They're like, let's work it out.
Yeah,
let's start off as friends and see what happens.
Too. Right.
I lied too. I told you I was 29 and I'm 28 and a half.
And now they're banging the next day. It's true.
So true. So now we get a little, what happened since. And apparently Vonni has a boyfriend. Keandre did pay him back. And Keandre stopped catfishing and got a job and got back with baby mama. No.
Okay.
Keandre, you're still a scammer.
It can't be all of the above.
All of the above. His life went from 0 to 100. He was a scammer just yesterday.
He was a scammer and he didn't care.
He was
that
a scammer
was the crazy part.
In a long distance relationship with a man 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
He exposes himself on catfish and his life changes. He gets back with baby mama. He was getting full custody. He was going to claim that she was unfit.
Yep. And now he's working things out with her.
Now they're in a relationship. He got a job and he stopped catfishing.
Yes.
Wow. See, the thing is, Keandre's never lied to us before. So why shouldn't we believe that?
Well, that's true. Catfish really turned this guy's life around.
Catfish needs a better fact checker.
Catfish needs a lot of work. It's a little wonky.
It is. And there's a lot of holes in the stories.
Yeah.
I want to know more.
There's not enough. That's the thing. I feel like they're not giving really enough.
They're not giving us enough meat. We're not we're not surprised anymore.
It's like everything is repetitive. The Cash App and
the
name.
It's literally a formula and you're just plugging it in.
Yeah. And it's like the only thing we're surprised about sometimes is who it is. That's it. But hardly.
Right. Not even really. Because it's like we knew that it wasn't going to be this guy.
Yeah, even like last week, it's like, okay, she said her roommate introduced her to this makeup artist, white plastic, blah, blah, blah. She kept going on with the story. And it's like, she wouldn't have said that name if it wasn't him, you know?
Right.
Right.
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
where we're getting with this story.
Yes. Yes.
So you know who it is.
Yeah. It's annoying. And it's like, oh, okay, the friend called in. Sure.
Well, this is something that I wanted to talk to you about as well. This is the first time that they're going back to the old formula of the friend contacting.
Well, I know it's been a while. They haven't done that. And I think that they're trying to change because it's been so repetitive.
Yeah.
They wanted to change.
They're like, remember season 4 when we used to pretend the friend called in? Let's do that.
I remember that girl, her friend was catfishing her the whole time because she didn't want her to go back to like drugs or something. So crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of
episodes. Yeah.
I would love to know which ones were real because I feel like obviously some are real.
There are some you could tell people were like genuinely hurt by like what happened. And there were some catfishes that really did not care. Like this guy, he did not care.
Noelle.
The
only real catfish
is Neve's original OG
Catfish
girl.
The movie.
Yeah.
That's the only real catfish.
That was a crazy ass thing to watch.
And the turns. You know what it was? It was very intricate. And I liked that.
Me too.
Instead of being like, I'm Andrew. I live here. Send me money.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm this person and my daughter's going to paint pictures for you. And my other daughter has a horse. And like, you know what I mean? Like there were so many twists and turns. There were so many characters involved.
But also she was so lucky that he's so kind. Like he's like still friends with her.
Do you think that he's still like real friend? Like that's what I would like to talk to Neve about.
Well, I think everybody should tweet at him so he could
Everyone
hang
should
with us.
Please tweet at Neve. Please tag us in it. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. That's TRIXIETUZZINI. And Noelle is at Noe Girl on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you go over TraceyCarnazzo.com right now is under construction, but I don't know when you're listening to this. So go over there, check out everything. Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast and join the Facebook group Catfish Trash Talk. Make sure if you're listening to this, you have to listen to last week's episode.
Last week's episode was monumental.
I had to block it out of my mind to rest my brain.
Well, I'll tell you something. Like I did block it out because I was trying to like remember a little bit of what happened. And it's like, I only remembered like little sporadic things. I blocked out so much of it.
Yeah, I had to for my own survival.
Sanity. Yeah.
That's what I did.
Like it was horrifying.
It was very horrifying. So if you guys want to be horrified, please go listen. Go listen. This is episode 18. So you have 18 episodes to listen to. Well, 17
episodes.
Okay. Do that.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.